What is going on, guys? It's your boy Wheelie, and welcome to the Week 10 matchup against the weekly Weedles. And man, do I have a match for you guys today. Very interesting, and even though it's not the outcome that I wanted, it was pretty fun and like a roller coaster all the way to the end of the match. But as always, you guys, before we start the match, make sure you check out the team builder, which is linked in the description below, so you know why we brought the Pokemon that we have with us today. Now, you guys, this team that we are facing is pretty tough, and brought practically what I believe was he was gonna bring. And when we were in the battle, he talked and he predicted what I was gonna bring. So off the bat, we already kind of knew each other on the teams, but you guys, just very hectic, and at times you're gonna see my brain not working, and that's a common theme during the KCL. But anyways, guys, we're gonna start the match by looking how we started the team. Well, not start, but who he brought and how we led off. Obviously, we have the Dragonite, the Jolteon, Dusknoir, Uxie, Gengar, and Suicune. As for our opponents, they brought the Virizion, which I predicted he might bring. I already knew he was going to bring Starmie. I thought he would only bring one of the Legends of Thundurus or Tornadus, but he brought both. And I think that's Landorus, you guys. I get him confused, but he brought both. I knew Mamoswine, and then Arcanine was one that it was if and or. I thought he'd bring another Pokemon besides Arcanine, but he brought the Arcanine. And you guys, at this point, I was pretty scared of who to start off with. I know he could start with I believe it's the Tornadus or Landorus. I can never get it right, but I know he's going to start off with his Legend, set up Tailwind. He's done this before, and have his team outspeed. But you guys, as you guys see on the screen now, he started off with Mamoswine, and we came up with Jolteon only because Jolteon was a good pick to both switch out or just see who he's going to start with. So after that, you guys, I was like, okay, Jolteon's not going to do anything to Mamoswine. Doesn't matter what I do. Hyper Voice could hurt, but we need Jolteon for later on. So I decided to switch him out. It was just to predict how he was going to start. And as you're going to see now, at times, you guys, it's going to be a little slow because I'm talking to him. But we switch into Dusknoir. We get able to see what he's holding. And you guys, we're going to pause it right here. This is where my smartness is just out the window. In Pokemon matches, I'll get better. I swear I'll get better, you guys. But you guys, as you can see in these stats, we are holding the Assault Vest. And if you don't know what Assault Vest does, it boosts your special defense, as you see on the screen. But you cannot use any non-damaging moves. So you have to have a move that's gonna cause damage to the opponent. So I wanted a Will-O-Wisp so we could lower Mamoswine's attack, because Mamoswine is pretty OP in its attack stat. And when I switched into Dusknoir, I was like, yep, I see my flaw. I see my flaw. So at this point, you guys, I was like, well, I can't Will-O-Wisp. And I was telling him I have a big mistake in my plan, and he was wondering what the mistake was. I didn't want to reveal it, but I was like, yeah, I really fucked up right now. And so to compensate, I knew that Mamoswine has one weakness in our moveset, so I just went for Brick Break, hoping we don't die. He went to knock off, took off our left Assault Vest, which helped us in a way. But by that time, we already lost so much HP. So I was like, alright, at this point, I already know that we don't outspeed this guy because how slow Dusknoir is. And it's going to use some other move to take us out. So I was like, alright, we could either just sack off Dusknoir, or we could switch. And Dusknoir with that Will-O-Wisp is very valuable, so I switched out to Suicune. Suicune could take a couple of hits. Also, you guys noticed I've never prepared for rocks. I never do, so I don't have a spinner, which sucks. And then I went for Shadow Ball, you guys. Now Shadow Ball hurts everybody on his, well, mostly every Pokemon on his team. So even if he switches out here, I had a big amount of damage. And he came out to star me thinking I was going to use a water move. But I went for the Shadow Ball, which did a lot of damage to him. And then he's going to switch out again because he does not, well, not switch. Sorry, guys. I was going to switch out because I know that he's going to use some sort of lightning move. So I have Volt Absorb on the Jolteon. And I wanted to go for an electric move, but I know he's not that dumb. So I went for Hyper Voice because Hyper Voice is going to hurt everything on his team. We take out the Mamoswine. So at glance, we're having a good start. You know, it wasn't bad. There was some stupidity at first, but we're starting a good start. And at here, I was like, oh, okay, this is not going to do anything. We're going to switch out. And at first, I didn't know who to switch out. But at the end, I switched out to my Dusknoir, thinking I could do Will-O-Wisp, but I forgot. I'm so slow. Also, you guys notice this Frisk. You see that I frisk him, and I see that it's Choice Scarf, and we're gonna learn how bad I did not see that later on in the match. I come out for Dragonite. I don't know why. Honestly, guys, I do not know why I did this. This is where I thought I lost the game. I could have gone out to Suicune. I could have gone off to Uxie. I believe would have been another good just to set up. But honestly, guys, I don't know why. I go for Dragon Dance. I was like, okay, Marva Scale. We're going to survive one hit. Probably be faster. And this is where I told you I wasn't paying attention to see that he was Choice Scarf. He's going to hit me with a pretty effective move. But even with this Dragon Dance, it would have been nothing. I was like, oh crap, that's right. So this time, I play it smart. I bring out Uxie. But at that time, it was too late. I was like, God dang it. So I just set up Stealth Rocks. Just to get some chip damage on the Pokemon. I was so upset. Actually, I set up for Toxic, you guys. I wanted to get that Landorus out of the way. But I was so upset. I was super upset. I just let out my Dragonite Dark Pulse, but that didn't do anything because they're very bulky. We set up Stealth Rocks to do this chip damage. But I was so upset, you guys. I come out to Jolteon, and I wanted to do a Thunderbolt or a Volt Switch. I was like, I'll take it out for sure. But instead, I go for Hyper Voice because I know he's going to switch out inside for the background noise. I go for the Hyper Voice because it'll kill either or. And as you can see, he did switch out as I predicted. Almost took out the Landorus. And you guys, later on in the match, you'll see that that was costly. If we took it out, we could have had a different outcome. But yeah, you guys, so now we have the Landorus on the field, and I was like, okay, what do? I go back to Uxie, and the Stealth Rocks really is annoying, you guys. I should have brought something for that, but I didn't. I come up for the Suicune because I know Landorus does not want to get hit by this, and the outcome, like the actual way that we are, is not looking good, you guys. It looks like we're gonna get like pretty demolished. I go for Ice Beam, and somehow we take out the Starmie. Things are starting to look up, you guys. We are looking good. It's 3 against 4. We have a chance, you guys. Have a major chance. And he was thinking very hard on this. He's like, okay, we got 2 Pokemon. Well, he has a couple of Pokemon that could take out Suicune, mostly the Virizion, and there it comes out. I was like, nope, I'm not dealing with this guy right now. So I wanted, actually, it was the next one. I'm thinking ahead of myself. I survived that hit, you guys. We go for Ice Beam, but I don't know how I survived. But this time I go up to Gengar. I get ahead of myself, you guys. I'm getting ahead of myself. Now I go for Gengar, and he was going like, how did you survive that? And in the end, you guys, I wanted to go for Gengar, but I just sacked it off because Rocks is going to kill it anyways. We go for the Gengar, and we just stick to Sludge Bomb as we are choice specs. That's going to take out Virizion. Then his Arcanine comes out, and now it's getting game, you guys. This is where things get interesting. Tornadus with this Regenerator ability, I believe, but we're just gonna keep going for the Sludge Bomb, but we weren't fast enough. Now, you guys, it's 3 against 1. Can the comeback happen, you guys? Can it happen? Since I am choice specs on this guy too, I stick with Hyper Voice. We got Arcanine out here. I was like, okay, Hyper Voice should do a lot of damage to all his Pokemon. And now my head is going, can the comeback happen? Can we get the comeback? Get this win. We take out Arcanine. It's now 2 against 1. Now this is where he's like, oh boy, if Rocks kill Landorus, he's done, because Landorus was Choice Scarf. He was gonna outspeed, but if Rocks kill him, it doesn't matter because Jolteon would outspeed his Tornadus. So at this point, he's freaking out. He's like, oh god, what do I do? I was like, hey man, you're gonna have to pull one of them out. So he threaded it, and he pulled out Thundurus, and he survives the Stealth Rocks. That is game, you guys. If Stealth Rocks killed him, we would have won the match. But of course, that never happens. Luck is never on my side. As always, you guys, if you enjoyed the video, make sure you drop a like down below. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any Pokemon content. And as always, comment down below. What would you have done differently? I always love to see your comments, and maybe it'll help me learn more in the competitive scene. As always, you guys, I hope you guys had an awesome day. This is Wheelie, rolling out. Peace!